me once. Shame on you. Shoot me twice. Shame on me. Shoot me 3 times. You must be listening to Street Brothers Podcast. This is Street Brothers Wrestling Podcast. It is the only wrestling podcast online. Hosted by myself, Cameron Osborne. It's also hosted by Mike the Shoot Shepherd.
You won't get fooled again.
We're not getting fooled. We're not getting fooled again, baby. We're not getting fooled again, baby, because we're back with another jam-packed week in the world of wrestling. The wars are over, like we highlighted last week.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to pick winners or losers, but I think we can all agree that AEW, the stats say that they had the more numbers.
I mean, and statistics never lie, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, as long as they're in the right hands.
As long as the right people get them. But yeah, that's great. We got a big week coming up. AEW, NXT's on its own night, and everything from Raw and SmackDown. So let's get into it, shall we? Before we get into our wrestling week, let's kick off the show the only way that we know how, which is with the tweet of the week. It's the tweet of the week. It's the tweet of the week. Almost caught myself there. I have a
the wrestler tweet of the week.
Yeah, so I kind of have like my kind of like spreadsheet that has all of the information on it. You know, the wrestler of the week, the shooties, winners, the tweet of the week, of course, the Branch Brand Invitational. All these sorts of things are kind of that need to be cataloged just for for the archives. For the nerds back at home. It says Wrestler of the Week right beside Tweet of the Week. I've been meaning to separate them on opposite sides of the title because it's too many of the weeks in a row, so that's where I got mixed up. But this week's Tweet of the Week champion, last week Renee Paquette took it home after her honest comments about Samoa Joe. How the fuck do you let Samoa Joe go? How do you mess that up? Mm-hmm. But you got to follow up. I don't think we've ever had a defending champion of the tweet of the week. Now that I'm just kind of thinking about it right here, and it's not going to be Renee Paquette this week, but our brand new tweet of the week champion, first time, we're giving it to the Young Bucks.
The Bucks.
Yeah, I thought they would have won it also before, but that was not the case. The Young Bucks took it this week when they, at one point, I think this was maybe on Tuesday, maybe Monday afternoon, they had a bunch of tweets that said, new bio. Bio.
Biography?
That kind of thing. You put in your little header right under your name, you get to write a little thing about you. New bio. What could their new bio be? The Young Bucks changed their bio just for the day. I'll have you know. We'll be offered an induction into WWE Hall of Fame in our 60s, but will decline to stay in character.
Okay.
They could be. They could be. But they'll say no because, you got to keep the character. I think keeping kayfabe for the two men who are destroying the business. Buy it now at IndigoShop.com. For two guys who are killing the business, they sure know how to keep the kayfabe rocking. I like it.
Yeah. That was fun. Are they? So is this a one Twitter, two people, a joint account?
Yeah, I think that's the deal. It's a lot. A lot of the account is kind of like watch Dynamite this weekend, and then that kind of stuff. Yeah, but let's say one account, two people. That makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Cool. So Young Bucks, congrats.
Young Bucks, congratulations.
That might be. I mean, even a tag team, a 2-person tweet of the week. Has that happened before?
I do recall one time Randy Orton and Tommaso Ciampa won it as a team due to a back and forth. Dana Brooke and Dave Bautista. Do you remember when they had a couple flirty messages?
We don't know what happened behind the scenes.
We don't know what happened behind the scenes. I see here Randy Orton and Will Ospreay would have had a good back and forth. But I think this actually might be the first time that it's like the team itself.
Like a team.
Yeah. Not a couple people clapping at each other.
Interesting. We're always setting new landmarks here.
Oh, hey, that's why the record books are here, right? To inform us about the true history of the Shoot Brothers. Let's move on, shall we? Because although it feels like a little while since WrestleMania, God, it feels like it's been months since WrestleMania. I don't know if I just had a particularly long week or whatever it was, but we have to get to a show that hasn't even had its go home or its come back?
Fall out.
Fall out, baby. We're talking SmackDown Live. Okay, folks, it's Friday night. It's time for SmackDown Live. It used to be on Tuesday, but then I think it was on Friday before, though. No, wait. They used to film it on a Thursday and then release it. It's just SmackDown Live. Go home, because WrestleMania's home.
They did send one person home, at least, because we kick off and sitting next to Michael Cole is Pat McAfee, the one and only.
Yeah.
So he's, I don't know how permanent this position is, but we already know he's in good graces. He likes the wrestling business. He's passionate. So
hey. This was a story that came out like shortly after Mania, because the Raw after Mania, we had that other announcer. They've done a switch.
Yeah, they've got rid of Tom Phillips and Byron? Did they get rid of Byron?
No, Byron's still there. Well, Samoa Joe left.
Oh, yeah, Joe's gone, of course.
So now, Raw was Graves, Byron, and then whoever the guy was. New guy was. Yeah. But now we have a shooty winner on commentary here, Pat McAfee. And as soon as you see him, I'm kind of like, this could be fun. So let's see what happens.
He was kind of like... cause I've heard he has like ADHD and shit, so he was like standing when he was doing commentary at some point.
So that's a thing of his. He does that on his show.
Yeah.
On his YouTube show, he stands and sits and just kind of has the mic stand.
Has like fidgets and stuff to play with.
Yeah, he just kind of has he has like a mic stand that's huge that he can like bring up to the top and then bring all the way to the bottom. He's doing his own gimmick.
I would just feel bad if he had the front row ticket right behind him. You're like, hey, bud, sit down.
Hey, bud, sit down, bud. you got to be one step ahead of him at all times and just kind of stand.
Yeah, but no, we know he's good, and if a wrestler ever gets too close to him, he knows he can fight back. So there you go.
Oh yeah, of course. Bayley has a lot to say about Michael Cole. Who knows what she'll have to say now with a accomplished shooty winner standing right beside him.
That's right. But we got to kick off with the way WrestleMania ended. The tribal chief comes out. He's got his tribe and just kind of, talks about defending the title at Mania. He smashed him. He stacked him. He pinned him. And we don't see either of those two men on this show really selling those. I mean, if you took a chair to the skull, you might be out for a little while.
You'd be out for a couple. I'd say more than 5 days.
Yeah, more than 5 days. Maybe this Friday they'll be back. We'll see. But anyways, just as Roman's ready to leave, Cesaro comes out. And he steps right in, gets in Roman's face, and takes a little glance at the Universal title. So I'm liking this tease here. But Roman's not. Roman doesn't give a shit. Cesaro goes to talk, but Roman just walks away. He doesn't even care. But I like that tease.
Cesaro coming off that hot victory at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So we just continue backstage where Adam Pearce, Sonya Deville are talking when Cesaro walks up, says he wants Roman tonight. Doesn't even need to be for the title. Sonya says she'll talk with Roman, so we'll see.
Sonya Deville still kind of one of our figureheads over here on SmackDown. Do we see her on Raw?
No, I think she's strictly
where Adam Pearce does kind of flip-flop between wherever he's needed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like eventually Sonya will get back in the ring, so who knows? But take as much time as she needs. But anyways, back in the ring, we got Otis taking on Rey Mysterio. Just a standard big man, little man match. Rey Mysterio hits the 619, but then when he goes for the splash, instead he hits a crucifix pin. So a bit of a twist on the finish. But he still gets the win.
Still gets the win. This seems to be. I mean, are we still kind of keeping this maybe for our kind of like baby face? I mean, it seems like these are our top baby faces in the tag division right now. Are the Mysterios? I think.
Yeah, we just need to get those titles off Ziggler and Roode
somehow.
Yeah. So I don't know, but anyways, we go backstage. Paul Heyman cutting a promo. He accepts the challenge of Cesaro, but it's not going to be against Roman Reigns. It's going to be against Jey Uso.
That's
so
too
you got
bad.
to go through.
Well, it sort of seems like Jey Uso is the stepping stone to take on Roman.
Yeah, I don't think Reigns even wrestles on SmackDown these days.
Not since, wasn't he in that, it was him and Kevin Owens steel cage match? It was the one on Christmas Day, I think.
I think that was Uso and Owens.
Was that Uso?
I think so.
Well, yeah, no, you could be right. You could be right. Maybe it's been a while since Roman Reigns has even had a television match.
Yeah, but maybe they're, by design, they're keeping him that way. But anyways, Sami Zayn comes out next. He's real angry about everything that went wrong at WrestleMania, Logan Paul being a bum, and he wants Owens one-on-one tonight. No fans, no distractions. So Owens comes out, and looks like we get WrestleMania Backlash early, because we just get Sami versus Owens, just like that.
Was this already supposed to be a match at Backlash?
No, I just mean.
Oh, we just get it. Yeah, true.
Yeah. But yeah, we know what these guys can do, so we get some good wrestling for a little bit. But Owens goes for the stunner, Sami escapes, and then he just takes the count out and leaves. But then Owen runs down, grabs him, hits him with the stunner anyways. So, whatever.
We got to see that stunner.
Yeah.
Now they have those additional screens, those additional faces close to the top of the ramp too. You know, gotta get the people see it.
Yeah, I saw Becky Lynch post a great photo on Twitter or Instagram of her wearing her new Sami Zayn shirt, and it's him with his shiny suit from a few weeks ago doing his little dance.
Oh, really?
Great shirt.
The one where he's on his he's on his tippy toes kind of and rocking back and forth.
Swirl thing.
Yeah.
It's like 6 frames of that on the shirt.
What an entertaining guy.
Becky Lynch supporting our fellow Canadian.
Of course, go Canadians, right?
Yes, go Canadians. But not the Montreal Canadiens. Backstage, the new Intercontinental Champ, Apollo Crews, cutting a promo with the former Dabba-Kato, who is now known as Commander Aziz. So that's his rank, Commander.
Which on an army scale is probably, what would you say? Middle of the road, maybe. You're not a private, but you're not a corporal, lieutenant, major.
Yeah, Commander. You're in charge of a couple people.
A couple people.
You're not the man. You're not the boss around. People are still in charge of you.
yeah.
But so we'll see what happens with that. But the Street Profits come out next because they're hosting the celebration party for new SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair. She just comes out looking great, the belt on her waist. Always like to see the waist belt wearers.
Yeah, few and far between, especially with all the heel champions we have. Heels love carrying their belts in a way that's not practical for a belt.
Yeah, it's a belt.
It's a belt.
Don't tell Vince it's a belt. He doesn't like.
Oh well, yeah, it's a championship.
It's a champion, exactly. But she cuts a nice baby face promo. She's happy. She's blessed. Never stop believing in the moment that it was possible. Gives shout outs to all her family members. But she still throws in that little cockiness here and there we all know and love. She shows some respect to Sasha, thanks her for sharing the spotlight and pushing to make history together. And then she hugs with the Street Profits and they all pose together. Nice little moment.
Yeah, exactly. The celebratory promo, so thumbs up.
Yeah, and I think there was a little backstage Sasha interview at one point, and she showed that nice, big, long gash from that whip, which will forever be a great WrestleMania moment. The crack of that whip.
A main event moment. I think didn't Bayley jump in there too? Somewhere around there?
I can't remember. I didn't get all. Oh yeah, backstage Bayley said she wants a shot at the title as well. So hey, Bianca Bayley, that's a fresh match.
Well, yeah, we're gonna need something because now, the babyface women run the WWE now. So I feel like we're on we can't.
Well, we don't know what's going on with Ripley.
They wouldn't have had that on NXT if she wasn't though. She should have beaten up the other. She should have beaten the shit out of the other two. That would have been the way to play that.
I mean, but Raquel's not really that babyface either.
That's a good point.
There. The whole thing.
They both should have ganged up on Bianca. Oh my god, that would have been sick. That would have been way better than that self-fulfilling look at us. Because the way that WWE sometimes treats their women's division in that way. It's like that. Look at us. Look at how we treat our women now. It's not apologizing for the past, but making sure people know about your present.
Yeah, I think that moment was just meant to be non-canon. Just a brief little, hey, here they go. Now they all go their separate ways.
Non-kayfabe?
Well, it was still kayfabe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I honestly do not know.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Well, one thing they did this whole show, I only mentioned it once here, but they showed the replay of the Cesaro UFO spin like 4 times throughout this show. Michael Cole said it, though. It was the most impressive moment in WrestleMania history, this UFO spin.
And is that, would you agree?
No, it was very impressive, but the most in history? I don't know. But if that wasn't enough hyperbole for you, then Pat McAfee says, how about most impressive moment in human history? So they were really one-upping each other here. But it was impressive. Hey, it was awesome. It was one of the best Cesaro moves. It's way better than the big swing, you know, a no-hander on your fucking shoulders and neck.
No-hander on your, yeah. You're kind of doing this little, like, jig almost with your, with your hands on your hips.
Oh, man. Imagine if he started doing it a river dance at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. He turns into Michael Flatley up there. That would be very impressive.
But it was great. I mean, hey, at least it shows that they're seeing something in Cesaro right now. He's getting this little push.
Yeah, he's getting the push, and it's almost, unfortunately, it does feel kind of futile. Though. I mean, I don't think anyone's dethroning Roman. Do you think Roman could go a full year? He has to be,
I think he could go till next WrestleMania if they wanted to.
And I think at some point in the summertime, he won it. Maybe like later summer, midsummer, maybe it was like
SummerSlam, maybe?
No, it was... whatever was Payback.
Between?
I want to say Payback.
I can't remember because they moved the fucking pay-per-views around.
I think didn't he come back at SummerSlam?
It was like, wasn't it like Strowman to the Fiend to the Roman? Like Roman came back and attacked them, and then the next month, I don't know.
Yeah, no, and then the match was Braun Fiend. It was Fiend champion. Braun and Roman pinned Braun in the triple threat. I think that's what happened.
And that might have been Night of Champions?
Oh, my God. No, that was Jey Uso. Either way, this guy has been dominating ever since. Like, we can't remember what the Universal title was before.
Well, it was a joke.
There was Braun, Fiend, and Goldberg. I could not tell you what the order was. I have no idea the exact kind of way it went around, but yeah, Roman is almost synonymous with this Universal Championship match or belt, and let's see him give a good one to Cesaro, or Cesaro give a good one to Roman.
Yeah, that'd be great.
They could put on a classic
Backlash main event.
Yeah,
that's what it should be.
Very much so. That could be it.
We get a SmackDown tag title match. Rude and Ziggler defending against the Street Profits. And Ziggler looked like he was ripping off Bianca Belair. He had his hair in like a big braid down the back. He's always doing weird shit with his hair.
I mean, when you got that much of it.
But he can't decide. Some weeks he straightens it. Some weeks it's all curly.
Yeah, sometimes it's like permed. He's really done everything with his hair.
Anyways,
if I had a team of makeup artists and hairstylists kind of available at my disposal once a week, I'd be like, yeah, let's fucking go to town on this. Let's figure out what we can do.
Well, the match itself was fine. You know, everyone's forward. He eventually hits that from the heavens frog splash, but Ziggler breaks it up. And soon after, he hits the zigzag. And that gets a 3 count, retains the titles. So, Rude and Ziggler, I don't know. They're not doing much, but they're keeping the belts on them for whatever reason.
Yeah, I thought for a moment, just because this followed the Bianca Belair Look Me Go celebration with Montez Ford in the ring with her, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, he's going to get it too. This is just going to be like the Belair family night. But then, I got the carpet pulled underneath from underneath me. That's about it.
It's weird, yeah. Like Street Profits, Otis and Gable, and Ray and Dom. They all seem to be way more better built up as teams right now than Rude and Ziggler. But
so maybe that's why.
Whatever reason.
Maybe that's why we got to build them.
I guess so.
Like it feels like their reign could end at any given Friday.
Yeah, just like it begun. But that's it. That's it for that one.
That one's in the bag.
Let's move on to women's action here. Shayna Basler takes on Natalia. So, of course, you have Nia, Tamina on the outside just fucking around. But Nia ends up messing up Shayna, her own partner. And Natty rolls her up from behind to get the big 3 count. Then afterwards, Nia goes after Natty, but Tamina super kicks the air near Nia and then just knocks her down. Did you see that super kick?
Yeah.
The wind just whoosh, knocked her down.
That's what it was. Yeah, you could see her hair just went in the wind.
But, yeah. I mean, as long as they're going to hold these belts, they have the right to show up on SmackDown all the time.
Yeah, it's they're not breaking the Branch Brand Invitational rules in any way. But yeah, this was kind of like the singles version of the match that we had at Mania with equal amount of shenanigans. Mm-hmm. Which is too bad, because I feel like in this show that we did before Mania, I was kind of excited for Natalia and Tamina to win. And now not only did they not win, but now they've lost twice. And I'm like, oh.
But then Natalia wins here, so it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, okay, yeah, then Natalia gets but anytime anytime they do these singles, when you take the tag teams, then on 2 separate weeks, like next week we'll get Tamina Nia with Natalia and Basler at the side. Yeah. Like kind of standing ringside. Like that never quite sells it to me, because to me those are almost like tag matches. A pin gets broken up, somebody gets hit who they shouldn't, and then there's a winner. And I'm kind of like, that's pretty much just a tag where the other person isn't in the match. The match. They feel very similar to me.
No, I think that's exactly it. They want to book the same match 3 weeks in a row without having to do the same match.
Wow.
Pretty much. But yeah, I don't know. They're keeping this Natalia Tamina thing going, so either just give them the belts or something.
Yeah, they were the team for me kind of going forward, but then that didn't happen, and now, oh well. Yeah. Here we are.
Oh well. Main event time. It's he's the main event of SmackDown pretty much every week these days. Jey Uso taking on Cesaro. Battle of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winners here.
Ooh, 2 former winners.
Yeah, from the first to the most recent. So, anyways, we get a fun little match here. Cesaro just doing what he does, the feats of strength, the great wrestling maneuvers. But Uso can hang with him too. So, he's probably had more main events than anyone in the COVID era, right? At least on SmackDown.
It seems like it. Yeah, Jey Uso has just been on a fucking tear.
Yeah. So anyways, everything's going well. Cesaro gets Uso in the swing, but before he can get too many spins going, Seth Rollins comes in and attacks him, causing the DQ, ruining a good main event. Then Rollins just yells at him, "You got lucky!" So I guess their feud continues, kind of putting a wrench in that Cesaro-Roman thing. Or who knows, maybe you'll get a triple threat. Who knows? There's many ways they can go.
Many ways we can go with this. At the end of the show, you know what I was surprised about most about this match? Because I saw the clock starting to tick. We're coming down there at 10 p.m. I'm thinking to myself, where's Baron Corbin? This is SmackDown Live. It's a Friday night. We made it. Where's Baron Corbin?
Yeah, we made it through the whole show.
I thought he was going to come in at one point, ruin this potential Cesaro thing, that we had going on. Yeah. Fun to see Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns around each other.
Since they've both developed these new characters, they've never interacted. The Messiah and the Chief. Yeah. So, they'll have to cross paths eventually. Too much history there, but...
Too much history there.
I don't know. Maybe this leads to Cesaro Rollins number 1 contender match, and then go from there.
Either way, out of if I'm thinking how a lot of these things are being booked right now, the Universal Championship continues to be at least the best booked belt. Like one of the best booked belts. Oh my God, say that 10 times fast. Between the two shows. It was consistent. It was consistent going into Mania, and now we're our 1 week. And I know it's only 1 week out, small sample size, but the possibilities still seem to be there very presently.
Yeah, I think we've been saying it for a while. SmackDown is the A show now, and even transitioning, this Universal title reign. Right before that, you had SmackDown Women's title. Bayley, she was having the reign of the year prior, so SmackDown's just been killing it.
I mean, certainly, I think between the two women's belts, I would say SmackDown has had the edge. I'd say that's the more important belt.
Oh, yeah.
If you were to ask me that same question about their world championships, just, the WWE Championship's done a great job. It really has, and Drew McIntyre carried that thing and everything with Randy. It has been a lot of fun. I got to give the edge to the Universal title, though.
Yeah, I agree. And, that was it. That was your SmackDown after Mania. No Bryan, no Edge, but maybe they'll come back because I'm sure they want, I don't know, maybe we'll have throw them against Cesaro. We got to figure out who's going to fight Roman next. Who knows?
Yeah, when's the next pay-per-view? Backlash? It's sooner than we think, right?
Something May. Yeah, it's got to be a couple.
Okay, yeah, it's sooner than we think. And is it at Thunderdome? Is that what's going on there?
Yeah, no fans.
We're
Probably
back
not
to
till
Thunderdome.
SummerSlam. But May 16th. So we got about 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Okay.
2.5. I don't know. But that was SmackDown.
Yeah, that was SmackDown. Let's move on through the week, shall we? Let's get ourselves into Monday Night Raw.
Let's get raw. Let's get raw.
This show has been on for so long, it actually predates the television. I asked Vince McMahon. I asked him personally. I was like, "Hey, what's been around longer, Monday Night Raw on the USA Network or television?" And he said, "Monday Night Raw."
That's right.
So gotta believe him. I gotta believe him. We do. We kick off the show this week, though. It's actually a rematch from a preview.
Well, first we had Drew McIntyre come out.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's all right. Cuts a little promo about the Backlash title match against Lashley and talks about Mace and T-Bar and, MVP being mastermind behind all that. But, so MVP comes out and then Drew gets attacked again by Mace and T-Bar. So then backstage he wants a match against him later.
I'd almost forgotten that Drew earned that title shot already.
Yeah, they kind of.
And this episode of Monday Night Raw was April 19th, almost, and you just said May 16th. That is 27 days, almost an entire month away. We rebooked the match. Feels a bit odd, but Drew's got a lot of work to do. Kind of carrying this possibly. No,
it does feel odd. Like we were just talking about SmackDown. That's the intrigue. We don't know who's going for the belt next. It's not already, we've got a couple of weeks to build and anticipate. So,
yeah, we know Roman Reigns is going to be the main event of Backlash. Mm-hmm. But I have no idea how he's going to get there, though. That's the best part.
Yeah. But like you said, we've got this rematch from last week. Cedric and Shelton taking on the Viking Raiders. Just picking up with that momentum from their big return. Looking good here. Eventually they hit the Viking Experience to get the win. The new guy on commentary called it the Viking Express. So good for him.
I also he had a couple good ones too, where he just flat out did not know the name of the move.
Yeah, I don't think has any sort of wrestling background.
And this what seems weird about the two different. So our new guys. I don't even remember this guy's fucking name.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, something weird.
Yeah, it's something not easy to remember either. But either way, so between the new commentator on Raw, and we have Pat McAfee on SmackDown. Like, if you were to take a non-wrestler, let's say somebody who's like seen it but has no clue what they're watching, would you rather put him on play-by-play or I'm not even gonna say wrestling. Like, let's say you have basketball, somebody who has no clue what's going on in basketball. Are you gonna put that guy on play-by-play? Or are you gonna put that guy on color?
Color.
Probably color, right? Because if he can just react to what's happening, that's all you have to do. Corey Graves made an entire career out of just talking shit about the New Day.
Yeah.
Right? And so Pat McAfee in that role is incredible because he just gets to be, over the top, excited, that part of the job. But like
And he also knows he can call some moves. He knows
he
what a
can
Hurricane
call out
Rana
some
is.
maneuvers, yeah, but then to be doing play-by-play of something you're not familiar with, wow, that's a huge obstacle. It's a huge task to overcome.
Yeah, they've tried it before. It hasn't worked. They've brought in like former NFL announcers and shit. And one guy.
It doesn't work on play-by. It doesn't work on, only works on color, I guess.
Yeah, the one guy in the big main event, he called Jeff Hardy Jeff Harvey. He's like, Jeff Harvey, you're a winner.
Jeff Harvey. And okay, and kudos to this guy though, because like I couldn't do play-by-play on Monday Night Raw.
I think you could.
Okay, maybe I could pull off a better job, but I'm saying it's still a difficult thing to do.
It is.
He has the professional broadcasting experience. I have the professional wrestling watching experience. Right? We both gotta come at it with ourselves. I don't know. Hopefully next week will be better. All that we can really hope is that it's better and better. And I'd rather you not know what's happening on screen than Byron Saxton say something fucking stupid.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll give this guy a chance.
Of course. We always do.
Yeah. Backstage, Randy Orton's getting interviewed when good old Riddle comes scootering over, doing his stoner shtick, and proposes a tag team, the RK Bros. We can get matching scooter. You can get little fangs and snake skin on yours. Orton doesn't even respond. He just walks off. He doesn't have time for this. But it turns out he walked over to Adam Pearce to tell him he wants a match with whoever that stoner was. So we'll get that in a bit.
He doesn't even know who he is.
But before that, Charlotte Flair comes out, cut a promo. It was basically a promo recapping her promo from last week.
I love a classic. I love a classic recap promo. I think she called at one point. She called the rest of the women in the locker room rats.
Yeah, they're all jealous of her.
They're all jealous of her.
Things like that. And
something like that.
She loves doing the voice, like, Charlotte, to make fun of the other girls.
I mean, it makes sense. Charlotte is the best, so.
Well, some women disagree. Asuka comes out. Rhea Ripley comes out. They all get some words in. And Asuka says, Charlotte, tonight, I'll beat you, bitch! So when Asuka says bitch, we got the rare Asuka microphone appearance. Doesn't happen too often. Yeah. So they'll fight later. Winner gets a title shot, I think. We'll see. I don't know. But it's time for Riddle versus Orton. Early on, Riddle just going for lots of sleeper holds, trying to wear the Viper down. But the snake slithers out. He's fighting back. He launches Riddle onto the announce table. They go back and forth for a while, back in the ring. Eventually Orton hits his big draping DDT, goes to follow up with the RKO, but then Riddle catches him in a crucifix, pins him down for the 3 count. Huge win for Riddle here. Maybe even bigger than the U.S. title win.
Yeah.
Pinning a guy like Randy Orton. That's a pretty great.
And Randy Orton continues to just be doing good work. He's been doing great work all year.
Yeah,
he really has been. He's been such a consistent part of this show. Has been Randy Orton ever since last Mania. And then remember that he had the greatest wrestling match. He did have the greatest wrestling match ever.
Yeah, and then from there it was on to Drew, on to The Fiend, and on to this.
Yeah, so, kudos.
And very diverse types of feuds, too. You had the crazy horror, you had the serious wrestling, the vindictiveness.
He seems Randy Orton's at this point where I feel like he can do more good by putting people over.
Yeah, like I said, this felt like a big deal, pinning Randy Orton clean for Riddle.
That is a huge deal. That is a huge deal.
And it still gives me confidence, even though they treat Riddle like a goof, they still see something big in him. He's getting wins.
Yeah, and you get a win. I feel like at this point also in life, you don't just get a win over Randy Orton.
Yeah,
he's not just handing them out like it's fucking candy at Halloween. Like if he's pitting you in the ring, it's because.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some tag action. Shayna Basler, Nia Jax taking on Lana and Naomi. It's going okay when Dana and Mandy come out mid-match just to play the footage of Nia being clumsy last week. This enrages Jax, and she just storms off after them, leaving Shayna all alone. So Lana and Naomi hit her with a double facebuster, get the win. So just give the belts already. Yeah, everyone's pinning the champs, but you're not getting.
Yeah, this was the first couple minutes, or the first minute was like solid tag team wrestling, and then just downhill after that. Because to me, like, shenanigans are fine.
Yeah,
but to me, a shenanigan has to make sense. So Nia Jax, the champion, I feel like she shouldn't be suckered into doing something so stupid so easily, because that's a classic babyface move. Being so ridiculously stupid, but you're still a champion in some kind of way. I feel like she's too stupid to be a heel champion. Does that make sense? I feel we've never seen that, or maybe this is just a character we've never seen before. A dominant, stupid heel.
One thing I've noticed is that the last 2 weeks we've quietly had a disappearance of Reginald. He's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, post-Mania. We honestly, he was such an afterthought for me.
I'm glad he's gone.
I didn't even notice that he wasn't even
I don't think he was
match.
at Mania. I don't think he's been at anything the last 2 or 3 weeks.
No, I think, you missed Mania.
Yeah, glad, but it's fine. He was nothing.
Yeah, he probably made some cash, though, And
yeah, I'm sure he's still around.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Miz and Maurice come out for a Miz TV, Miz and Mrs. celebration. They just kind of put themselves over, have a big kiss. Pyro goes off. They're sipping champagne. But then Damian Priest interrupts. They exchange words. He drinks some champagne, and they splash it in his face. And then they run off.
The disrespect.
Yeah. But then Elias comes out to perform, but he's interrupted by New Day, with Xavier rocking a big old bass guitar, just plucking away.
Yeah, it was hanging super low, like like that Metallica bass player. Like, it was low.
Roman Reigns.
Oh, Roman Reigns. He just gotta look like Roman Reigns. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if.
I wonder if. I mean, we know Xavier plays the trombone. Do you think this was his own personal bass guitar?
Could be.
Could be. But we're getting Elias and Kofi Kingston in the ring. It's funny, man. Like a year or two ago, I used to look forward to Elias segments, but now I just don't care that much when I see him.
Yeah, what even in the period of time when he did debut, and all he was doing was coming out to the middle of the crowd. I mean, I guess that really shows. Yeah, maybe that really shows how much the crowd was essential for Elias. Because you need them to yell back, WWE stands for. Ah.
Yeah.
And then the shit talking your city based on how bad your sports team is. Like, yeah, he thrived in that environment.
Yeah. So, probably lack of crowds, and also the addition of Jackson Riker brings him down a bit as well.
Yeah, that could be it.
But, the match is okay. Elias kicks out of the SOS. They fight up to the top rope. Kofi goes for a Hurricane Rana. Elias blocks it, so Kofi falls hard to the mat. And then Elias falls up with the beautiful diving elbow drop. And an elbow that good looking gets him the 3 count. So, hey, big win for Elias.
Yeah?
it was pretty clean.
You know
Riker
what's
didn't
weird?
really cheat or anything.
So I'm just kind of using my noodle right now. This is like a... Where's AJ?
I was gonna bring that up as well.
So New Day and Riker, Elias. Like, why do we have a tag feud that's not AJ and Omos?
Well, they won the belts and haven't been seen since.
Bizarre.
2 weeks.
Just kind of put that together. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was all excited. I'm like, hey, Omos won the belts.
Dude, if you want to start off with, the way we started our show this week, Viking Raiders, this is the second week they took on Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. That's 2 non-title tag feuds going on same show, simultaneously.
Yeah, no,
Bizarre.
Yeah, how could you misplace a guy as big as Omos? How the fuck do you not
They
know?
certainly didn't lose him. They were like, no one back there were like, shit, where's Omos?
Yeah. I mean, I did hear one rumor that there was a small COVID outbreak, so that could be it.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
I don't know.
Happens.
It's Vince. Maybe he just didn't book.
Yeah.
But then we go back to Alexa's playground. She just gives us the background story on her little doll friend Lily, who she's known since childhood. And they like photoshopped old family photos.
Like clearly like her family like Christmas, and then it's just
like a baby and the doll's just up there.
Yeah. No parent would let their kid have that doll. Absolutely not. It
was funny, but I don't think it was supposed to be funny.
Yeah, I don't think it was supposed to be.
So she tells stories of like shoving some little bitch off the playground and breaking the kid's arm. And when the parents asked her why, she said, Lily made me do it. And Lily did not like the Fiend, and she doesn't like any of the women's roster, so watch out.
Yeah, too bad for the Fiend, I guess. Because he was our babyface, and then Alexa Bliss took him out, so she's a heel now?
Yeah, I don't know what the Fiend. We haven't seen him either.
Okay, what right now? Months? 2 months until we see Bray Wyatt again, or Jake Rotunda, whatever his name is? Like, because this happens.
I don't know where he goes from here.
He loses, and now we don't see him for 2 months. Then he gets built, he loses. How did they fuck this up again? How did they fuck him up so much? The merch sales must have gone down. Vince clearly only likes Bray Wyatt and The Fiend for the way the crowd responds. The crowd doesn't respond as well. He doesn't like him anymore.
Like, there's not a crowd?
Well, or a crowd, crowd merch sales, those sorts of things. Like, how have we fucked this up twice?
I don't know what, when Bray Wyatt does come back, what does he look like? Who is he?
Yeah. And what was it all for?
I don't know. I mean, if the end game was for this Lily, if Alexa's going to start wrestling as Lily, and that's her, the Fiend character.
But, like, there's no way that was the goal when they started the Fiend. They didn't create the Fiend so that 2.5 years later, Alexa Bliss could go on a singles run. Like, where did we give up on the Fiend and sort of not really create a new original story, but just kind of, like, pivot it to be Alexa Bliss instead? Like, how did this happen? Who's calling the shots over here? Jesus Christ.
I think between the time period of Hell in a Cell and Saudi Arabia is when the Fiend really fucked up.
Oh, like that Hell in a Cell thing, but he won it back after that, I think.
He won it, but then he lost it again in Saudi to Goldberg, so it was like...
Yeah, that's so bizarre. Like, this time last year... Was it this time last year? No, but we were so high on him for so long.
Oh, yeah. When he first came in, he was the hottest thing in the
wrestling
world.
I guess this time last year, he was coming off hot after that Firefly Funhouse match, which was beyond everybody's expectations, I think.
Yeah. No, it was maybe the second or third best match of Mania, depending on what you like.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, if we don't, though, rest in peace, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. You meant a lot to me personally. I'm so thankful that you gave me the opportunity to watch your first intro with lights and camera and action. You will be missed. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Back in the ring, we got this handicap match. Drew McIntyre taking on T-Bar and Mace all by himself. So they slug it out for a while. Eventually, Mace and T-Bar just double-team Drew, and they don't stop. So the ref has no choice but to disqualify him. So they continue the beatdown anyways until Braun Strowman comes marching down to the ring, and we just restart this match, make it a proper tag match.
Oh, guys, just restart it.
Why we could have just started with this, but whatever. We love to waste time on Raw.
Yeah, no AJ, no Bray, but we're getting a 2-for-1.
Yeah, and these masks, we've been talking about these stupid masks for a long time, and this was the final straw here. Mace's mask looks like it cut Strowman on the forehead. So later on, Drew does everyone a favor. He grabs Mace's mask and rips it off, revealing Dio Madden underneath. And then he just slaps him in the face with the mask. It sounded painful. That was some hard. So he beats the shit out of him. But you can't do that. That's a weapon, Drew. So that's a DQ. Everyone starts brawling, and then Braun rips off T-Bar's mask, revealing Dominic Dijakovic.
Wait,
but they didn't mention any names.
Wait, T-Bar was actually Dominic Dijakovic this whole time?
You wouldn't know it,
no.
but yeah. So the masks are off. He gets slapped in the face with his mask, and the two of them walk out. Hopefully, that's the last we ever see of those masks.
Yeah, like you said, they weren't named. But that being said, though, I don't know if play-by-play would know their names in the first place. This would have been a classic.
Well,
I would have slipped up.
Especially not the new guy.
I would have slipped up. Yeah, I would have been like, holy shit, Dominic.
But this gives me hope. The masks are off. Next thing is losing the names, and then just wrestling, being what we always wanted you to be from NXT.
Yeah, either be a tag team together or apart, single stars. Who knows? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Damian Priest takes on The Miz. But it was nothing special. Maurice was there fucking around, trying to help out. But she ends up costing Miz as Priest hits the lights, gets the win. No Bad Bunny, though. He's done.
Yeah, Bad Bunny. He's going on tour now. We're hitting the lights. What did it used to be called? The Reckoning.
The Reckoning, yeah. Which is easier to write. Because I don't know.
Wouldn't that be the worst if they made you change your finisher name because of a character, and then they write off the character, but you can't get your finisher name back?
Yeah.
Like, what was it all for?
What
was it all for? Nice to see Damian Priest at least still getting booked, though. Coming hot out of Mania. He picked up a clean win, even if Maurice was there for distractions. John Morrison's absence went unexplained. Not saying they should have to explain it, but when he's not there, when he's always been there, it's the first thing that I mean, especially with that new haircut of his. It's the only thing I notice.
Maybe he falls into that COVID rumor.
Right. You said there's a bit of rumor there.
Yeah. But, another guy that we hadn't seen since his win at WrestleMania, the new U.S. champ, Sheamus comes out to cut a promo. And he's going to issue an open challenge for his belt whenever he decides. But then Humberto Carrillo comes out, but Sheamus beats him down and just slams him all around. Hits a brogue kick, leaves him laid out. So no official match, just a beatdown.
Yeah, no official match. The baby, I feel like only a baby face is going to open challenge every week.
Carrillo, a bit of a survivor of the releasing too. We barely ever see him.
Also, I wonder what his plans are, especially on the main roster. I feel like he'd fit in great amongst the 205 Live crowd, or that Cruiserweight title.
Yeah,
crowd.
Him and Kushida, him and
Santos.
Swerve, that could be some fun.
Yeah, I feel like he would fit in very well there, but who knows?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But let's go to this main event. We got your queen, Charlotte Flair, taking on the person nobody's ready for, Asuka. And then I think Rhea Ripley was just watching from the ramp because she's the champ.
Yeah, she's just standing there, I guess.
Yeah, but the match was good. We've seen these two go at it plenty of times. Charlotte's avoiding the Asuka lock. She gets the figure 8 applied, but then Ripley just yanks her off behind the ref's back. So Charlotte goes after Rhea, which allows Asuka to pin Charlotte from behind, gets the 3 count. So then afterwards, Charlotte just freaks out, goes crazy, starts beating up the ref. All the other officials have to come out to stop her, and she kicks the guy in the gut one more time. So Charlotte stands tall over a bunch of refs. Kind of a bit of a weird.
That was a cool look. I gotta say. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously.
They're crazy Charlotte. That's what they're playing.
Yeah, she's a badass.
Crazy Charlotte.
I mean, that's about it. Yeah, circling around that title. Yeah, without even Rhea Ripley having to do much. Do you think Rhea Charlotte is going to be the Backlash match?
Could be. We could always do the old triple threat.
The old women's division triple threat. Classic move.
But yeah, it definitely seems like they're the only 3 in the picture at the moment.
I can't even think of anyone else.
Yeah, because obviously Nia, Shayna are doing their tag shit.
And also, you know what's worse about the Nia Shayna thing is that they're doing it while occupying like 75% of the roster.
Yeah, on both shows.
On both shows. That's the thing, right? like this, who else? Like Naomi cannot challenge for this belt here because she's busy with Lana and busy with Nia. And then you're like, fuck, okay, who's next?
And Dana and Mandy.
Exactly, yeah. Like everyone's tied up on something that doesn't matter when this is the real shit that matters.
Well, we'll see what they give us for Backlash.
We'll see what they give us for Backlash. We still have a month. Jesus Christ, before that happens. Mike, should we take a break now, though?
Yeah, let's take a break.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We have the non-Wednesday Night Wars, but we do have to talk about the rest of the wrestling world. Of course, we got the Wrestler of the Week, so you're going to want to stick around.
Let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah.
Back here with part 2 of the podcast. It's funny. So we're covering our part 2 here. We're covering the Wednesday Night War, but there was no actual battle to be fought.
I mean, yeah, we've got we used to have to pick what show we talk about first. Now the week is kind of lined up chronologically.
It's lined up a little better, and they do all the thinking for us. So let's start it, shall we? Let's head over to Tuesday night on NXT.
NXT, what does it mean? I don't know, but it's some good wrestling. So NXT, watch and see. Try to tap out a count out of 1, 2, 3.
Where there has been no commentary change.
Nope.
But we have a new logo.
Do we? I didn't even know.
Yeah, so I this was the way it was like fucking branded. I noticed throughout the entire show. So it's NXT, the classic logo, but it has like a bird's skeleton.
Oh, I'm looking at it.
The wings are kind of open, and there's a big X behind it.
Yeah.
I don't get. It's just a new. I just know. I think it's like
a skull. It's like a golden skull.
Yeah,
there.
it's kind of it's very Triple H.
Yeah, definitely
I think
Triple H.
Right off the bat, I think there may have been like a painting that was in Triple H's home, and he was like, "That's the one."
That's heavy metal, bro.
Yeah, that's so heavy metal.
Yeah.
But
it looks fine.
Either way, we have a new logo. So
and now that I'm
great?
Googling it, I'm noticing that there's 2 versions. Well, there's always been 2 versions: the horizontal and the vertical NXT logo, because it kind of works both ways.
Oh, they have it. Yeah, I was picturing the horizontal one.
The horizontal seems to be the standard, but a lot of like the takeover logos, it's like NXT.
Yeah, anytime that they have to they have their sign, like a sign, but it only works in portrait. And, and they're like, oh, we got to use the vertical one here.
Like our Toronto one, our caribou antlers, that was the vertical.
Yes.
The caribou. Because you see a bunch of those in Toronto. Do they still have those rainbow painted ones?
No, they're sort of like all over the place. But I do remember the ones that you're talking about. Yeah, I think a lot of them were like sold privately.
They were like Beanie Babies. They were hot for a little bit and then sold them off. But yes, thank you for that logo. I'm sure I saw it, but I was just like not even paying attention.
Yeah, don't worry. A lot of people don't notice these sorts of things.
Hey, I mean, sometimes I'm like, hey, new music. And you're like, really?
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Yeah,
But let's kick off with Kyle O'Reilly strutting down to the ring. Cool Kyle, as some people are calling him, with his jean jacket, his fedora.
Doing his best Orange Cassidy impression down to the ring.
Yeah. So do you think this is his wardrobe, or do you think this is Triple H again? Being like, hey, man, let's get you looking fucking heavy metal.
Yeah, I wonder, because it was less heavy metal, more Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah, but I think they were trying. They're like, yeah, jean jacket, like he's this badass man, jean vest.
And he kind of he had a little bit of a cooler haircut. You know, in the past couple months, his hair has been growing a little cooler.
Yeah, it's like it's getting it's like a ratty looking mohawk thing.
Yeah, with a cool beard. I don't know. He's a cool looking guy, though.
He's cool. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. Cool Kyle. So he just cuts a promo. He beat Adam Cole. He wants to put all that behind him. Time to move on. He's got to get that killer instinct, and talks about what he should do next, going after a championship, and specifically Karrion Kross. But then he gets interrupted by Cameron Grimes.
Yeehaw!
He congratulates Kyle, says he made a ton of money on DraftKings by betting on him. But Kyle's not playing along with the goofiness. He knocks down Cameron, and they'll have a match later.
That sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
What a fun little way to book a match, too.
Yeah. And I think there was, at one point, there was a little backstage thing with Grimes where he got outbid on an NFT by the $1 Million Man.
Yeah. There wasn't there wasn't a non-fungible
More NFT talk.
a non-fungible token. They're big.
Yeah.
They're big.
I mean, we talked about it last week.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, they're around. They're happening.
They're happening, baby. It's happening.
I hear they're bad for the environment, though. That's what I hear.
I mean, Bitcoin. I mean, any crypto is bad for the environment.
It's weird. Yeah. I mean, it's weird. How? Yeah. I get it. But
you get it? No?
I always got it.
No, I think
understand.
last week it almost felt okay because last week it almost felt like you didn't get it and you were like,
I understand the concept. I still.
oh, you just don't get the why someone would want to do it.
Like,
right? Yeah.
I understand you think it'll go up. You'll want to obtain the money, but like, is this a portrait you're going to hang on your wall? No.
Yeah, put it on your wall, or you would need like a separate computer.
Like, would you rather buy a replica of the WWE title or spend $500 on an image of the WWE title?
Both.
I know what
yeah.
you would pick.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
what you would
yeah,
pick.
yeah.
I know what you. I know what I'd pick.
Well, Mike, you seem like the kind of guy. Do you download video games from the marketplace, or do you always buy them?
Well, I've got the Game Pass, the greatest deal in gaming.
Okay, so
I
you
get
will. So you do play non-physical versions of the games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Game Pass, man. The MLB, the show just came to Game Pass. You suckers on PlayStation got to pay full price.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, man. Yeah, if you want to play all those games.
NHL 21's on Game Pass. If you had that, you could be playing you could be making a Hut team.
Yeah.
You could be playing that Sea of Thieves on Game Pass.
Yeah, I haven't played Hut in a couple of years,
Yeah. Anyways, sorry for the video games. Cameron Grimes, a gamer. He loves his games. Sorry.
That's okay.
We're off the rails. But let's get into the ring to see LA Knight take on Dexter Lumis. Both men just doing their shtick. The loud mouth versus the silent stalker. They fight to the floor. Lumis crawls over to the barricade. And then through the plexiglass, he sees his boo, Indy Hartwell. And they just did a little prison handshake, touching hands through the glass. And then they walk over to meet in the middle. Indy falls down. I don't know if that was a shoot or not. Her little stumble there. Did you see it?
I did see it. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think really anything of it. I think I thought like, oops, like that you fell.
Yeah. But anyways, they lock eyes once again. They kind of lean in. But then LA Knight attacks Dexter from behind. Cucking him, as they say.
Almost.
So Lumis fights back. Indy's just like gazing on longingly from the side. But it kind of distracts Dexter a bit as he looks back at her. And Knight hits a nice cutter to get the win. And then afterwards, Indy jumps on the apron. Just closes her eyes, puckers her lips up for that big kiss. Dexter draws in. But then the Way come out, and they just yank her down off the apron. Once again, cucking everyone here. So they drag her away. This Romeo and Juliet love story will have to wait.
We'll have to wait. I also never knew that it was called a prison handshake when you put when both people put their hands against the glass.
I kind of just thought of that now on the spot.
And it works.
Yeah, so there we go. Put that in your album, Drake.
The prison handshake. Use that line, you ghost-writing son of a bitch.
Yeah. Now I touch my own snake. Only contact I get's the prison handshake.
Not bad. No, we could work.
We
could work something in there. I mean, Drake's always looking for people writing his rhymes. So
yeah, I'll
listen to the show. Yeah,
fellow Canadian, keep the money in the country.
Keep the money in the country. I love hearing it.
All right, Beth Phoenix has a sit-down interview with Io Shirai about losing the title to Raquel at the Takeover. Io just cuts a promo saying, "When the time's right, I'm gonna get my rematch. But for now, I'll take a little bit of rest. 300 plus days as champ." But then all of a sudden, our cute little fluffy friend comes prancing on over onto the table. And then Frankie Monet runs in to catch her. I think Presley was the dog's name.
Okay. I don't think I caught what the dog's name was.
So Frankie formally introduces herself to Io and Beth and says she's willing to fill in for Io at the top of the women's division. So Io just yells at her in Japanese and says, "I like cats," and storms off. But come on, how can you not like this little dog?
I mean, some people aren't dog guys. Some people aren't dog people. Some people aren't
This
some
dog-
people aren't cat people. Some people are only big dog people, right? Don't knock someone just because they don't like a particular
not.
size of dog.
I'm just saying, when the shooties come around, there's going to be some sort of animal category, and this dog's stealing.
We
out of
can't
one
make
of them.
categories for one person to win it.
No. Remember, there's Jake the Snake, and there was that goat.
There's Jake the Snake, and the cute
Hangman
little
rode a horse out
fluffy
once.
Dog.
Remember the horse and the goat?
I remember the horse. Yeah, we'll
And
see.
Cody's dog that everyone got mad about. Cody's an idiot. Anyways, we'll see. Maybe the dog could win a human award.
It could. The dog could be newcomer of the year. You know, if they can,
That's
if
right.
they can train, the dog to maybe go fetch like a little bag of thumbtacks, bring it over, then you can pour it down, behind the ref's back. Who knows?
That'd be amazing.
Who knows
That'd
what
be
we can
amazing.
train this little dog to do?
Yeah, rookie of the year.
It
We'll
could,
see.
very, very, very much could be. Very much could be.
All right, maybe we don't have to create a new award. Tag team action though. Breezango dressed up as these British Royal Queen guards, I guess.
Yeah, the Queen's
that what you
Guards,
call-
those, the
Yeah.
classic big black,
hat.
doesn't move.
Yeah, big hat, taking on grizzled young vets. But I guess they're British, right? They don't enjoy this mockery. The Mother Queen, that old bag.
The Queen Mother.
Queen Mother. That's what it is. The Mother Queen.
Mother Queen.
The match was okay. Breezango get a couple moves in, but the grizzled young vets used their dirty tricks, hit the ticket to mayhem, get the win.
They're dirty.
So they're hanging in there. They're hanging in there. This tag titled scene.
Yeah, the NXT tag team division has always felt strong, even in these non-title bouts. MSK. So we already had MSK versus GYV, and I think that's MSK's next thing. They weren't on this show this week.
Yeah.
Bizarre. Bizarre. Oh well.
Oh, well. We get some women's action. Zoe Stark taking on the debuting Saray, who looks pretty good here. She's quick, lots of flexibility, big drop kicks. Yeah. Starks looks good, though, as well. We still don't know much about her, other than she's just babyface who's good at wrestling.
Who's lost a couple times now.
Yeah. But Saray hits this big, stiff, spinning heel kick and this really nice modified Saito suplex, and that gets her the win. But afterwards, she picks up Stark, gives her a hug, so both baby faces.
Celebrate at the end. It was great to see, kind of our second women's thing of the evening. Wish this would have been, I don't know, some kind of tag team match. What happened to them?
To who?
The
Oh,
NXT
the tag
women's
titles. Sorry,
the
yeah.
NXT women's tag team champions.
Yeah. Well, we'll see them in a minute. Oh, wait, no, we don't.
We don't.
That's right. We didn't
Bizarre,
see them
eh?
this
Yeah,
week.
just to kind of NXT's been so consistent. They have so much talent there. Sometimes I do leave a show asking myself, like, wait, where's MSK? Or wait, where's Shotzi? Or what was I going to say? Bronson Reed was a no-show.
Yeah,
Johnny
yeah.
Gar-
No, I guess some guys just don't make it every
Yeah,
week. I mean, we go months without seeing Hikaru Shida, it feels like sometimes.
Sometimes.
But we did see Toni Storm at the end here. She comes out and beats him up. So we thought maybe she'd get called up, but looks like she's sticking around.
And
Looks like no one got called up.
looks like
in the
nobody
women's
got
division.
called up. Yeah, the exact same thing could be said about Io Shirai. When I saw her kind of pop up in
Yeah.
that promo, especially the way they acted together, I was like, oh, she's not done here.
No,
Okay.
looks like her and Frankie are going to be something. But then we go backstage. Candice LeRae's talking to Indy about being distracted by boys. And they're kind of like walking down the hallway talking, but then Indy gets distracted at the side. Candice keeps on walking, and yes, they did appear. Ember and Shotzi are there. So briefly, they talk smack with Candice. They drag her into a room, and they beat her up. So that was that.
That's what it was. I think I was thinking in the
Yeah.
ring. That
Yeah.
must have been
it was
where my
it was
mind
brief.
was.
It wasn't much, but then I think it all comes out where Indy finds her later, and she informs them that Regal's giving them a tag title shot. So we'll see them back in ring soon.
The Way had a one of those kind of like watch along videos the WWE will do, watching that Gargano Adam Cole match from Takeover Brooklyn, I think, the 2 out of 3 falls. The 2 out of 3 falls match. And although Austin Theory and Indy Hartwell literally have like nothing important to say, it is actually like a cool listen to Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae talk about it, because she talks about it like from, you know, what it was like from Gorilla, and he talks about it from like what it was like in the ring, and she, you know, the history that those two have in, you know, on the indies and stuff like that. It's it's a good watch. I think you should watch it.
Was that a 5.5-star match?
I think that was the 5.5-star match. Yes,
I think so.
And
yeah,
it wasn't the entire match. It was like only 17 minutes of it. They kind of cut out, you know.
Yeah, I think the full match was like 40 minutes.
Yeah, they cut out some of the bits, but like, yeah, it was, yeah, it's kind of it's entertaining to watch.
No, that's cool. I've seen clips of different watch-alongs before, and it's nice. They, you know, a lot of the times they're breaking kayfabe, telling you some cool stuff.
Yeah. There's a couple times where, there's like, oh, we've never done that, or he was like, I've never done that move in NXT, but it was like we did it in a match 7 years ago or something. You're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The new cruiserweight champ Kushida comes out to issue an open challenge. Good old open challenge. And One Lorcan's the one to answer the call. So this was just a nice mat grappler special here. Just both men fighting hard, back and forth. Eventually, Kushida gets that hoverboard lock. Lorcan taps out, so Kushida retains. But looking good.
Looking amazing, if you ask me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, hopefully this cruiserweight title just keeps getting featured on TV.
If NXT opened every single episode with an open challenge by Kushida, this would become that I don't know. You want to talk what a ratings bump? That's gonna be it.
I mean, I'd be okay.
It'd be
with
huge.
that.
Imagine the first 20 minutes of every NXT episode for the next 4 months was just a banger cruiserweight match.
Yeah, I'm hoping these continue to get featured on television here.
Yeah.
But afterwards, Legado, Phantasma come out. They attack, so it's 3-on-1. But then MSK, they do come out. So they do make a brief appearances and help out.
Yeah, but not in the ring. I like seeing these people.
I know,
you know.
I'm just saying. They're still on TV.
Because, I guess coming to support Kushida, really kind of we're nailing home that babyface thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the crowd still isn't fully behind them, but we'll see.
Which is so
it's a
weird.
small
Yeah, it's
crowd.
like the crowd didn't care when he came out. They were just like,
Yeah.
oh. It's like, what?
Everrise, though. Haven't seen them in a while. They're in the ring here taking on Imperium. And then in the middle of the match, Drake Maverick runs out to attack Alexander Wolf, who's not in the match, but Killian Dane drags him away. So, anyways, Imperium hit their super uppercut powerbomb thing to get the win.
Yeah, the super uppercut thing.
Yeah. So, 2 non-title tag team matches kind of going on here.
On multiple
On the
shows. I wonder what has to happen so, Walter's gone, but Imperium stays. It feels like a weird kind of like mix between the two, because the 4 of them should be the unit.
Yeah. I wish Walter would. I mean, he just wants to live in the UK. He doesn't want to come over here full time.
Can you blame him?
I don't live in the States, so yeah. Especially Florida. Yeah, that's probably... he probably just looks around and is like, what the fuck?
So, I don't know. But at least Imperium, they're still getting on television.
Yeah, still looking good. We still get to hear the music, see the pose.
Yeah.
So, and this little tease they're doing with Wolf and Dane, could it lead to the reformation of Sanity? Where's Nikki Cross at, everyone?
She could be coming back, for all we know.
I guess the other guy's been released. What's his name?
Alexander...
I think he was Lash. No. I don't know. I forget.
Yeah, fuck.
He's got the tattoos.
Eric Young?
Eric Young?
Eric Young.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Okay, the main event of the evening. Kyle O'Reilly taking on Cameron Grimes.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, this was nice. Good match here. They got a good amount of time. Main event, Grimes. He gets a couple big near falls. But eventually, Kyle O'Reilly hits the brain buster, followed by that knee drop off the top rope that puts away Grimes. So Kyle O'Reilly is your winner.
In a fantastic match. Kyle O'Reilly is a top star here in NXT.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should be your next NXT champ.
He could
whenever they want.
He could be. He could be.
Him and Karrion Kross, yeah, it'll be kind of their promos with each other might be a little dicey, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, someone's got to take down that beast, who we didn't see this week at all. I don't think we even got one of those cryptic backstage promos either.
Yeah, I don't think we got a single bit.
Yeah, there's just maybe there's just too big of a talent pool down here on NXT. We can't get through all these bodies all the time.
Yeah, not everyone's gonna make it every week, right?
Yeah, I guess that's gonna have to happen.
Saturday Night Live, not all your favorite characters are on the show every week. Some skits.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sometimes 2 Wild and Crazy Guys aren't even on there. I mean, I tune into SNL every week just waiting for Steve Martin. He's always a no-show. That was our whole NXT unopposed. It was a fantastic show. Let's move across to the winner of the Wednesday Night War. In a battle, there are winners and there are losers, and sometimes you don't have to lose by, necessarily death. Retreating is, equally as important when it comes to losing something. But if you're a brand, you do professional wrestling, and you stood up and you said, "We will fight Sparta," and you kicked him down that big hole. Of course, we're talking about All Elite Wrestling.
AEW, All Elite, they coming for you, Vince. Better watch out. It's too sweet.
We just jump right in with some action here. What do they call Ricky Starks? He has like a
Absolute.
That's the prefix. The Absolute Ricky Starks. I think he might have had new entrance.
Everyone's got a little thing, a little ahead of him thing. Yeah.
Especially everyone in Team Taz.
But Ricky Starks is actually on a 10 straight singles win, just cleaning up down there on Dark and Elevation.
That's my favorite thing about the entrance graphic is that it just tells me all I need to know. Everything that's been going on in Dark and shit.
And sometimes
they're on a 10-match streak.
Remember when SmackDown was trying to do that with like a border on the side?
Yeah, it would have like little fun
It was
facts.
shortly after, because I remember one of the fun facts. It was in the prime of that Mysterio, Rollins, Aaliyah, Murphy thing, because it was like Murphy's things. It was like one-time cruiserweight champion, hails from Melbourne, Australia, dating Rey Mysterio, Aaliyah. Yeah, and you're like, what? None of that. Like, sure, maybe 2 of those things can be relevant. But yeah, saying things like 8 straight wins, 12-match winning streak, these types of things, it's important. It makes it feel important.
I mean, they do throw jokes in there.
Of course, sometimes they're like, Hangman needs a... But you'll say...
It's like looking for a friend.
Looking for a friend, but his record is right there underneath it.
Oh, yeah. The records, they've always established that they keep track. They're clean. They mean something.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I like that they stuck with it. I'm very surprised, because I feel like if WWE had, like, a Vince McMahon, I don't think he stuck with anything for, like, this long. 100 or, like a year plus. We're almost at our 83 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably. Are we probably there?
Gotta be getting close.
You think they would have a big 83 weeks episode on Dynamite, right?
Well, I don't know. It's up to Bischoff.
You think they would? I don't know. When have Bischoff there hosting a town hall meeting again?
Well, we getting Ricky Starks taking on Hangman Adam Page. The match was fine. Starks gets a couple near falls, hits a nice Liger bomb. He hit a big spear as well for a nice 2 fall, but eventually there's a chain of reversals, which ends with Hangman locking in this unique submission. He had him in like a head and a leg lock at the same time. And that gets the win. Ricky taps out. And then after, Taz comes out on the mic and just says, "Hey man, watch your back." So he doesn't, as his son Hook attacks from behind, and Team Taz just beat down the Hangman until Dark Order come out and chase him off. So Team Taz kind of doing what they do. A little repetitive with what they do.
Yeah, everyone's still doing what they do, because Adam Hangman Page feels like in this weird spot now where he's going after Kenny. Like that eventual shot for the title, whenever it happens, that's a money match.
Yeah.
Right? And they're doing a great job of keeping Adam Hangman Page just sort of there. Getting wins.
He's holding it down.
He holds it down, just kind of holding off for this.
Number 1 ranked.
However, the night before, I guess it was on whichever Elevation or Dark, whichever one's on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea.
I think it's Dark.
Okay, then maybe it was on Monday. Jesus Christ, this is gonna be tough.
Doesn't
Darby Allin and Ricky Starks had a match, and it was badass. And they crushed it with these promos that they had going on against each other. It was just like a good, Ricky Starks. I see a little more of him now that he is kind of not hiding behind Taz. I'm starting to kind of grow into him.
It's hard to hide behind Taz.
Well, I mean, especially when you're Ricky Starks. But the way that Brian Cage's face has not been in it. And I think Ricky Starks may slowly try to usurp some power over there amongst that organization.
Yeah, hey, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, it did seem a little bit like they were teasing Brian Cage getting his way out.
Well, and I guess we're rolling down, or we're barreling down the street towards what is it? Double or Nothing.
Yeah, Double or Nothing.
That will be the end, and I don't know, something that FTW championship. I know it's it's not something that's defended or even acknowledged sometimes. But I don't know. I think if it means being the leader of Team Taz, I think it's something that Ricky Starks could want, maybe in the buy-in.
Yeah, Starks versus Cage for the title, the orange title.
Yeah, that big orange belt that everybody wants. Yeah, we're calling that. That's a way too early calling for it.
Why not, though?
Yeah.
Let's do it. But then we get Penta El Zero Miedo taking on Trent. And Penta's got his... This is his translator from a few weeks ago, right? Same guy that's now his manager?
Yeah, he handles a lot of stuff. He's around. He's on BTE all the time.
Yeah, his name's Alex something.
Yeah, but not Alex Marvez.
No, not Marvez. It's a different.
Yeah, he's always. I think he's doing a lot of stuff when it comes to the Hispanic and the Latino performers. I think he's kind of doing a lot.
Okay. Well, he's here. He's first singles match for Trent in a long time. So,
Trent.
One little thing. Mark? Oh yeah, question marks. We didn't know if he was going to fight. Is that what it was about?
No, that's how his name is stylized. It's Trent.
I mean, I saw the. Has it always been that way?
Yeah, it always has. Yeah, I think that was like. He's been doing that forever.
Because I noticed it this week, but I was like, what? I just thought because Penta looked like Batman. Is he the Riddler or something? Because Penta had the pointy ears up. And one thing though, I think he did it too many times this match. His Zero Miedo pose where he does it right in the opponent's face, kind of makes him look dumb. Just standing there letting him do it.
I don't think I noticed it too many times, but I don't know.
He did it 4 times. I'm like, Trent, you're just standing there letting him do that to you. Anyways, if you didn't notice, maybe other people didn't either.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
But Trent, he hits a big spike pile driver to Pentagon on the edge of the apron there.
The apron. The hardest part. The part where they're like, hey, don't do it here.
Just a corner. And the commentary, they're like, oh, he tried to get his hand up and block it.
It was fantastic, though. Trent's feet went right in the fucking air. It was great.
Yeah, it was great. So he's in control when Alex, the translator, gets on the mic to relay a message. Says, hey, man, you and your friends suck. And your mama sucks. So you don't insult Sue.
Do not insult Sue.
So Trent, he's mad. He grabs a chair, goes after Alex. The ref stops him. But then Orange Cassidy comes in from behind. But then Penta comes back in. He super kicks Cassidy. Alex nails Trent in the head with the microphone. Then Penta grabs him with the package pile driver. Gets the 3 count. So those dirty heels.
The bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I don't like a closing I didn't like the distraction closing sequence. It's probably just me little thing. But yeah, Death Triangle best friends. keeping it alive. A potential 6-man tag over on at Double or Nothing, right? Because we're building. We got to start building that card.
Yeah. No, that could be a banger. They could throw a stip in there if they wanted.
Right, because of course we have we did already. I think it was the first Revolution was Orange Cassidy and Pac. In what in what became a huge match.
Yeah, and they called back to that to start this feud a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But anyways, we go backstage. Jim Ross having a sit-down interview with the Pinnacle, kind of talking about the Inner Circle and the upcoming Blood and Guts match. And in the middle of it all, MJF he opens a box to take out a brand new scarf, which looks almost the exact same, but it's made of silk. Because, it's warmer now. Warmer season.
Yeah, you can't have thick, fleece.
Yeah. So Wardlow speaks for a little bit. And then MJF cuts a real fired-up promo here. Uses some cuss words, but great promo from him. 2 weeks to go till Blood and Guts.
2 weeks. You think we're going to have anything else on that card?
Well, it was interesting. They made it sound like it's just going to be the one match. Blood and Guts, the one match event.
I feel like something else is going to happen. Not quite to the point where AEW does those little mini specials, but just kind of like maybe something else big. If there's going to be a lot of eyes on that night.
Yeah, because 2 hours, you can't wrestle for 2 hours. You could eat up 20 minutes before, 20 minutes after with shit. I don't know. We'll see.
Hearing Wardlow talk though.
Yeah, that
was fantastic. Yeah. Great touch, you kind of do in moderation, which was fantastic. He does talk sometimes on BTE, on being the elite. It's nice to know that he can do it.
Yeah, he looked good here. But we've got an AEW Women's World title on the line here. Hikaru Shida defending against Ty Conti. And Shida has won 25 straight. Has not lost since 2019. Wow. But it doesn't feel as special as those stats
she's
say.
She's 2-0 in 2021, so that's probably why.
Yeah, so come on. That's not... great stats, but the numbers
So in 4 months, she's had 2 matches. But in the
some people wrestle that many in a night.
A year before that, she had 23.
Yeah, on Monday Night Raw, the guys wrestle 2 matches in a row, and then they wrestle a tag match, and then they wrestle.
Then you're on main event.
But when the bell rings, she's still a good wrestler. But I'll speak for the both of us. I think we were rooting for Ty here, along with the rest of the Dark Order members. But no, that was a good match. They about 12 minutes or so. Some nice submission work, a bunch of big stiff kicks and punches. Conti hits the big senton off the top rope for a 2 count. She hits the Thai KO for another big near fall. But she's not able to hit the DD tie as Shida counters. Shida counters with that great gourd buster looking move. I don't know what to call it. It was like that upside down tombstone thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Ty kicks out of that. So they exchange some more stiff strikes, ending with Shida hitting the katana to get the 3 count and retain her title. But great match. Great match.
And besides having too many maneuvers named after herself, Tay Conti was looking great. It's going to happen. She was a victim of the releasing part 1, Tay Conti.
Yep.
And now a year later, we see her competing for a championship on the other big show. It's great to see that kind of improvement, even over the past few months. They gave her a couple matches to look good. She sold us. It would have been nice to see her, walk away with the title. But hey, she'll be there someday.
Yeah, that would have been good. But she put up a great fight. And afterwards, as Hikaru Shida celebrates, Dr. Britt Baker comes out to give us a power ranking update. Because with this loss, Conti drops down out of the number 1 spot. And Britt Baker is your new number 1 ranked contender. So hell yeah, baby, give us that title shot. Double or nothing. Yeah, I did see it was Tay Conti dropped down to 10-3 in 2021. So she's had 11 more matches than Hikaru Shida. Yeah, So she'll stay in the rankings, but yeah, Britt Baker, she's up next.
That's got to be it for Double or Nothing, right?
Because Kushida doesn't wrestle for another month anyway, so it's perfect.
That's got to be it. We build to it, give it to her, and then just let Britt Baker kind of be the fucking champion.
Yeah.
Is it that hard?
I know
Is it so hard?
I know it won't be, but that's my main event right there. That's my Double or Nothing.
The main event for Double or Nothing, yeah. Who knows?
Baker versus
could be it.
Shida. Yeah, I doubt it. But Tony Schiavone back in the ring to interview Inner Circle this time about Blood and Guts and the Pinnacle. And Chris Jericho, you can tell he's just loving being a babyface.
Oh, it's
playing
been
up to
so
the crowd.
long. It's been so long. It's great.
That smile when they're singing his song, he's just smiling. He's on top of the world.
It's probably hard to not smile. It's his song.
Oh yeah, he's always wanted to be a rock star. He's like, finally, my hit.
This is it. I'm coming. I'm going. What do you think would be more of an honor for Chris Jericho? Being entered into the WWE Hall of Fame or being entered into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Like, which one do you think he would rather have if he had to choose one?
At this point in his life, probably the Rock and Roll.
Right? Isn't that a weird?
It's way more impossible.
Yeah, isn't that a weird thing?
Yeah, but it's so impossible.
Yeah. you have one song and you make it.
And it came out like 3 years ago. That song.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah.
So, anyways, so he's interviewing them. Jericho cutting great promo here, hyping up the violence and brutality that's coming at Blood and Guts. And then Hager, he really wanted to drive the point home. So he had a handful of straws. They were just throwing around saying, you're going to be sucking meat through straws after this match.
Yeah, that was fantastic. It was nice, being a little over the top about it. But
I don't know.
You're an intense, energetic baby face. You can be funny.
It wasn't. I wasn't. I was laughing at him
okay.
though, not with him. I'm like, why are you throwing straws around? But it's not. I don't know. Jericho though, he starts singing a show tune about his jerk off friend MJF. And then he says next week they're going to have a face-to-face parlay, like in pirate times, right?
Arr.
Yeah. So that was that. More hype.
Yeah, just more hype. And I guess next week will be our final week to really hammer home this Blood and Guts thing. And considering the match has been over a year in the making, this match has got to be out of the ballpark. The proverbial ballpark.
Yeah, it's got to.
Yeah.
It's got to deliver.
I think it'll be great. So, what are is there equal members per side? Is it 5v5? Is that kind of our stick?
I mean, is Tully fight? Who is it?
I guess so. We would have the Inner Circle, who'd be like Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, and then Santana Ortiz. That's 5.
Oh yeah, okay.
We have MJF, Wardlow, Sean Spears, and FTR. That's 5.
Oh yes, that's 5.
That's going to be our thing. Yeah, we still don't know the rules.
And then Tully and Arn, they might find their way in the cage somehow. Yeah.
Wait, why would Arn be there?
Oh, I don't know. Him and Tully
shows up.
each other. I don't know. Yeah, why would Arn be there? He joins the Inner Circle.
Oh my God.
He's joining the Mike Tyson. Maybe that too. Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, we're going to need a special guest enforcer of some kind.
If anyone tries to get out of that cage,
you got Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm. But then we see the Elite. They're all just hanging out on their little trailer there, cutting promos when they get interrupted by this honking from the outside, which is revealed to be Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston in a pickup truck. And then they proceed to just drive and smash into this trailer viciously. But thankfully, when they enter, the Elite managed to escape. So, or maybe it was like Saw 2. Where the whole time it was tape, not a live feed. They were never in the trailer.
They were never in the trailer. They pulled a Saw 2 on us.
Yeah. But either way, Moxley attempted murder here. I don't think that's acceptable.
Yeah, now this, what are we calling this fivesome? What are we calling them?
The Elite?
Are they the Elite?
I don't know. I mean, the trailer had the Elite
so
logo on
are
it.
the Good Brothers in the Elite and Adam Page is out? Like, who is, like, what is definably this group?
I don't know.
It's
hard
because,
to say.
Because, whoever they are, they're on the same page for the first time.
Because they're also, like, the Bullet Club, right? They're doing the Too Sweet.
Okay, yeah, I guess we're calling them the Bullet Club. Know. Yeah, so the Bullet Club, they're on the same page for the first time. This is
Yeah.
fantastic. All five of them are firing on all cylinders. Of course, we do have the AEW versus Impact Rich Swann this weekend.
Yeah, which they only very briefly, I think, mentioned.
Right? Like, we're very soon away from Kenny Omega being a double champ.
Triple champ.
A triple. I forgot about it. We don't even see that AAA.
Yeah.
We don't even see that AAA championship. It's nice to see, and it's great. Yeah, this Moxley fucking Eddie Kingston thing.
Yeah, maybe they go against the Bucks for the belts.
Double or nothing. Like, Mike, I think we just booked it right there.
Yeah, we got half the card booked.
After costing, I think the Bucks cost Moxley that match a couple weeks back.
Yeah, they turned on him.
Yeah, they turned on him, and yeah, I think John Moxley and Eddie Kingston clearly want some of that smoke.
Yeah, and his leg should be healed. Give him another month. He's good to go.
Yeah, it books itself.
So there we go.
Books itself.
We got it booked. Back in the ring, we got Powerhouse Hobbs taking on Christian Cage, and Hobbs really just dominated like 95% of this match. I feel like he was just tossing Christian around, beating him all over.
Big guy.
He is a big man, but Christian, he outworks everyone. He had his big comeback, hits the kill switch, gets the win. But yeah, I feel like he really didn't have to do much. It was just all Hobbs.
Yeah, it was Hobbs going in for the whole thing. Yeah, I guess it was a great showing, I got to say, for Christian Cage. Who is going to be a step slower
He had the
than the man he could be. I mean, I think after this match, Ricky Starks comes running in to help out Powerhouse Hobbs. What was his name before? It was so much easier.
I want to say Calvin, but it wasn't Calvin.
Calvin and Hobbs. Ricky Starks, Christian Cage. It would be nice to see. Yeah, maybe Christian's next match can be against somebody a little bit smaller.
Yeah, maybe a Kip Sabian.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
I don't know. Will Hobbs.
Hobbs. Thanks for that. No, you got that one.
Yeah. Okay, and then we go to our main event. We're getting 2 title matches tonight, folks. Wow. TNT title on the line here. Darby Allin taking on Jungle Boy. The future of AEW match here. Yeah, we know these two.
This will be a future World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, yeah. Young studs, lots of talent, tons of miles left here in their career. So this was just great. Fast pace, back and forth, lots of high flying, dives to the floor, topes, suicidas, everything in between.
We got our old coffin drop onto the ring apron at one point.
Yeah, onto the side, the ring apron.
Classic Darby.
Yeah, and then after that, it looks like Jungle Boy might not make it back into the ring for the count of 10. But Luchasaurus gives him a little help, gets him to his feet, puts him in the ring. But Sting, he doesn't like that. So he gets in Lucha's face. The two of them exchange blows, and they just kind of fight their way down through the tunnel, off into the back. Mm-hmm. So back in the ring, Jungle Boy is just doing some great submission work here, working down Darby, who has to resort to gouging his eyes to escape. And then Jungle Boy goes for a sunset flip. Darby blocks it, and then applies the Last Supper pin to get the 3, retain his title. Another great match.
And I don't know if that was the first time that I just heard Excalibur call it the Last Supper, but I love that name so much already if I had never heard it before. He said it, and I'm oh, that's sick. That is sick.
Yeah, I think he may have done it once or twice.
Yeah, he
before,
may have. I think I just noticed it being called that for the first time.
Yeah, not on this. This was the biggest scale. He's done it to win the main event here.
And once again, these two guys have individually together as part of teams. They've torn down the house on multiple occasions. And this is why they're the fucking future. This is fucking it. Just watch this match. Just watch it.
Then afterwards, Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, they come out to beat them down. And then Lance Archer comes out to get involved. So then Sting comes in with the bat. And then out of all this, Archer and Sting, they're the two that are left standing tall to end the show.
And every single week, Jungle Boy continues to lose nothing in defeat. Remember, he loses. He lost. There was him and MJF. He loses that, and that was no problem. He was in that tag team buy-in recently, where he's just like staying toe to toe with fucking Phoenix and Pac. He loses that match. He loses nothing. He's the perfect, he's like this perfect babyface guy going on over on AEW right now.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry. And our weekly Sting thing. Who knows? Maybe Sting. I think you said Lance Archer there.
Yeah, they've been teasing stuff with them. So who knows?
Sting and that Murder Hawk.
Yeah. Who is Jake the Snake? He's been absent a little bit, but we don't need him every week.
I guess what we really think about now, Darby Allin needs something to do for.
Well, he's kind of he's bringing back that open challenge these last few weeks, which is
he's really
nice.
taken on all comers, which is great. So who knows? So I mean, with that kind of being said, though, that means it could really be anyone.
Yeah, but I'm sure by the time Double or Nothing comes around, they'll have a concrete feud for Darby. But who knows?
I'm gonna guess.
I feel like. Yeah, you know what's funny?
What?
I just completely skipped a match on this show, but it doesn't even matter. It was Billy Gunn and QT Marshall.
Oh right, you did.
Yeah. So I guess the big moment was at the end when the other guys get involved. A Go-Go and your buddy Camarado.
Nick Camarado.
When Dustin smashes that wooden chair over his head and it just kind of falls to pieces. Yeah, had to mention
that. Right. Because this will be the multi-man tag featuring
the
Cody
factory
Rhodes.
and the Gun
This
Club.
will be the annual Cody Rhodes match that needs to happen.
The family comes down.
Right, yeah.
Just had to throw that in. Because I forgot. Because I remember Dustin, when he first came out, I'm like, is he wearing a face mask? But it was just his face paint was on the bottom, which he never does.
Bottom only.
Just like a smiley
bizarre.
face.
It's like, why do it at all at that point,
But, yes, anyways, to bring that back all around. 2 good title matches, good episode of Dynamite.
Yeah, it really was.
And, blood and guts, Double or Nothing. We know what's up ahead.
Miro. I'm going to say Darby Miro is going to be the that match. The Kip Sabian stuff was fun.
Yeah, but let's get serious.
Here. We're here to wrestle. We're not here to play a bunch of video games and sit on our ass. That was all of the weekly business, Mike, this weekend. Like we said, Impact Rebellion. It's on the 26th, which I guess is or 25th, my mistake. That's a Sunday. There's probably a bunch of stuff going on, but there's only one thing that matters to us. It's Rich Swann. It's Kenny Omega. That Impact World Championship is being put on the line, as well as the AEW World Championship. And Mauro Ranallo returning for commentary.
Hey.
Suddenly, this became something like that. Mauro and Don Callis both on I'm going to learn so much. It's just going to be an encyclopedia of information. That being said, Kenny Omega has to get the win, right?
Oh, absolutely. But I'll check it out, see what it's all about. And let's see triple belt Kenny.
Yeah, we'll have to see it. This is what we've been building to, so let's just do it. Before we end the show, let's finish off the show the only way we know how, which is with the Wrestler of the Week.
It's the Wrestler of the Week, of the Week. Wrestler of the Week, of the Week, of the Week. The Wrestler of the Week, of the Week, of the Week. Wrestler of the Week, of the Week, of the Week. The Wrestler of the Week.
Mike, I will kick this one off because he had a great match on Dynamite, and he got a great match on Dark or Elevation, whichever one it was. I don't have time to remember all these things. I do have time to remember. Darby Allin, my Wrestler of the Week. That coffin drop on the apron. does it. It gets me every time.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, he gave one hell of a promo. He's really cool at these, these cool edited black and white things. He feels very in charge of not only, his performances, but his character and how he's seen. It's really cool.
Yeah, and he's got one of the few entrance songs where I recognize it, like it's a AEW original.
An AEW original.
I don't know what they're saying, but it's like, "Well, rah, rah, in my farm."
Yeah, it doesn't matter what he says.
The guy's saying that. Good pick, Darby Allin. I'm going to stick with the same show, different match. She put on a great performance here. It's spelled Tay, but it's pronounced Ty. I'm giving it to Ty Conti. Future women's champ. She'll work her way up there. She's still very new to the business, but putting on great performance here.
That's exactly it. There's no rush, I think, in this. Well, I guess rush to get it off of Karushita. But yeah, we'll hit our stride with this women's belt. Between what it was Riho, Nyla Rose, and now Karushita. So maybe not off to the best start, but hey, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Exactly.
That's all the time. That's all the time that we have for this week's episode. Gosh, it was nice just to have a normal week. Nothing's coming up, nothing's behind us. We just kind of get to watch wrestling, let it kind of consume it, enjoy it.
Yeah, well, you can still enjoy it.
I guess you can still enjoy it anytime. That's really up to you. Well, thanks for listening, folks. Remember, you can rate, like, subscribe. The podcast is everywhere. And hopefully next time that we have a show, we're looking at the Triple Champ there.
Oh, indeed.
Hopefully that'll be the case. Well, Mike, you take care of yourself.
See ya, Automatopedia.